Greetings, folks. Some days are just days, but yesterday, when Corkonian legend Derek Bly led 15,000 Irish people, the people of Éire and the People's Republic of Cork down Grand Parade and on to City Hall, was a day that history will remember forever, because we refused to sit on the sidelines, because we stood up and said, "Not our country, not today." Well, first of all, a million thanks to all the thousands of supporters who came yesterday to support Derek Bly with this peaceful protest. And it was fabulous to meet so many people. Thousands of people came up to me taking photos and giving me support messages and just were so kind. And, you know, it's days like yesterday that I realise this is why I'm doing it, for the people of Ireland, you know. And think about it, God and Michael Collins, the big fella, must have been looking down and praying for us all yesterday, because to get 15,000 people in Cork and to bring Cork to a standstill and to have it run so peacefully in Micheál Martin's own hometown was a massive undertaking and achievement. And I say fair play to all the organisers and the people who, you know, who did everything behind the scenes. And also to An Garda Síochána for the great work they did yesterday in protecting all the protesters to make sure that this was a peaceful protest. And, you know, I think if the GA hadn't put the Munster hurling football final on yesterday, we possibly would have had another 23,500 Corkonians there to support us. But look, I totally get the Cork supporters had to be there with their team and with their families playing and everything. And what a victory. Probably the best game of hurling I've ever in my life seen. What a victory for Cork. They so deserved it, the Rebel County. And look, fair play to Limerick. They were amazing, showed unbelievable strength and character. But it was Cork's day yesterday. But look, when you think of it, Rebel News flew in from Canada to live stream and cover and interview, you know, the people that gave speeches and members of the crowd. They flew in from Canada 13 hours of a flight. And RTE, who you, the Irish taxpayer, are funding through paying your TV licence, can't come down and do live coverage from Cork yesterday, and they're having headquarters in RTE as well in Cork. This is a disgrace, RTE. This is a disgrace the way you're treating us nationalist Irish people who have, you know, nothing but the good of our community and the people of Ireland's interests at heart. Shame on ye, RTE. Ye are traitors to the Irish people. All the money you're getting through the taxpayers' TV licence and the millions of euros the taxpayer is using, the government are using to bail you out for the squandering and the big salaries and the perks and the expenses. Shame on ye, RTE. You're a national disgrace to think that a Canadian news crew can come over and cover the event and ye can't. It's a shame on you. And you know what? I'm disgusted when I hear RT saying there was 500, when they say 500, you know, showed up at these protest rallies. There weren't. There was 15,000 Irish people and People's Republic of Cork yesterday. And people get that message out. This national movement, it has taken legs. People in this country are sick of it. And how sweet it was to, you know, to have this parade run so professionally and without a hitch and peacefully in Micheál Martin's, our Taoiseach's own town. Sent him a strong message yesterday from the podium. The Irish people, will not tolerate you, Micheál Martin, calling us Irish people mongrels. The cheek of you as our Taoiseach and Prime Minister of this country to call your own people mongrels and to think you can shake it off then. You're a disgrace. You need to retire immediately, because the Irish people do not want you representing them in Dáil Éireann. We are sick now of the corruption of this cobbled together Irish government. But I think they're only on now, hanging on by shoestrings, this government. The Irish people yesterday sent a strong message. We want you out of office. You're destroying this country. But look, next Saturday is Limerick's day for the peaceful protests. Thousands of nationalists will gather in Limerick. I met lovely people from the Athlone Says No protest group yesterday. They told me that there's more IPAS centres now heading into Athlone today, and they said the same 12 and 15 people are out trying to stop in protest these IPAS centres coming out. But look, when they also told me that in Athlone in February, a girl was walking past the IPAS centre. She was dragged in by these unvetted male doctors, as you call them, into the IPAS centre in Athlone. She was beaten and raped. This was reported to the Gardaí. CCTV video footage was handed over to the Gardaí. But what did the Irish government and the authorities try to do, and still doing it? They tried to cover it up. But the people of Athlone asked me yesterday to highlight this, because look, if the people of Athlone now won't get out and protect their own women and daughters and children, I say shame on them. You need to come out today and every day with these peaceful protests to stop the ruination and destruction of your town before it's too late. But look, be under no illusion. This is a national movement now that's gaining legs nationwide. And, you know, the Garden of Remembrance now coming up on the 22nd of June is on a Sunday. That'll give people that can't make the Saturday's protests, you know, time to go to the Sunday. And look, the message is very clear. We, the Irish people, want this Irish cobbled together out now, immediately. But look, I, Michelle Keane, am keen on my country. And let's make Éire great and safe again. Gora Mila Mahagev.